Hello, it's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you shortly. But before we begin with that, this is episode 1100, so we're really excited about that. And don't forget about that subscribe button and the bell below you as usual, and you're always going to get the latest notifications of any new episodes coming your way. If you want to leave a comment on the comment section, you can. And then go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV and feel free to follow us there, send us an inbox, and comment the things you see there. We'd love to hear from you there. And send us an email, paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And if you're simply a fan, just send us a fan letter and we'll get back to you. But also, if you're a band or a solo artist that want to be on the show, you can send us an email there and we'll show you how to do that. And all that's going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Keller, Texas today, we have Patrick Campbell. He's a very awesome artist, and I think you're going to love him. And we'll get to that in a second, but first here's a quick word from Galtar, the guitar made specifically for a woman. So don't go away, we'll be right back, right after this.
Ready in 5.
Darling, when nothing else seems to match up. Galtar, the musical apparel that fits any outfit. Galtar, bringing heaven to earth, one gal at a time. GaltarHeaven.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Keller, Texas today, we have Patrick Campbell. Thanks for joining us, Patrick.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. Well, everybody gets their start in life in a different way. What made you decide to be an artist? Did you always want to be one since you were a little kid, or did it come much later in life? Tell us in your own words, though.
Basically, I was 5 years old, and my Uncle Chris got me one of those little, the little wind-up things, and I started playing on the little nylon strings and making sounds, and then I graduated to my grandmother's organ, and I still love listening to the sounds, and then I found myself writing, around 6 or 7, and then playing piano and guitar, and we didn't have any money for guitar lessons, so I, just whatever I could hear, and play it that way. And so, and I had one guitar lesson, when I turned like 11, and then I got exponentially better, and then, but there's nothing like playing by ear. And then I found out what the chords were later, So,
Okay.
but I've been,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
but I've been writing for many, many years. I was a staff writer at Double J Music for 7 years, and wrote with a lot of famous artists, and wrote with a lot of big writers,
Mm-hmm.
and it really, really tuned me into writing and what's, how formulas go, and it's, and so I just love music, man. It's so much part of my life.
Yeah, and I can understand that, and I'm glad you chose music. Hopefully, you'll have many years ahead of you. Well, tell me some of the influences that you grew up with that helped influence you on your style or whatever. I mean, I'm sure some of the legends come to mind.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to Steve Perry and Rush and the Beatles and John Denver and Air Supply, things like that. It was just they're kind of when you think about it, oh, those nobody would like those groups today. Well, some people do, but they really influenced me. Writing as a little kid. I would listen to that and I want to duplicate it. As all kids do.
Yeah, and those are legends definitely. Because you mentioned Steve Perry from Journey and Air Supply, and all those are great bands, and I can definitely see your sound in that. Well, tell everybody where we can find your music, because after watching this video, they may want to download some of your stuff. I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms. Maybe you have CDs. And tell us about your social media as well, if you have any.
Okay, I have a website. It's called patrickcampbellmusic.com,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll take you to my Facebook. It'll take you to Spotify, Reverb Nation, YouTube. Everything that I'm involved with, and then it has several albums on there. I just finished an album in Nashville, and you tap on Black Thunder. It's called Black Thunder. And you tap on that and you can listen to the whole album for free. Everything on there you can listen to for free. And if you want to buy, the album or whatever, you can, and have it for your keeping. And there's a lot of fun stuff on the website. It's patrickcampbellmusic.com.
Okay. Well, you heard the man himself. Go to that website. He has everything, like all the streaming sites and all the social media sites right there for you to check out. And be sure to follow him there. And I'm sure he'll love you for that. And our song it's kind of a Christmas song, I guess. Christmas Without Holly, I do believe is the title. I'm sure it's self-explanatory, but tell us in your own words about the story behind the song. We'd love to hear it.
Well, this is it's a very personal song to me. Holly Holly was a nice play on words, with Christmas and Holly, but Holly was actually a Pauline, and she had cancer, terminal cancer, and she told me that she was in remission, and she wasn't, and but it was hard when she left, and it was around Christmas time. And really, it wasn't Christmas without Pauline. Pauline was she did a salsa company with Tanya Tucker, and her and her friend had a little salsa company. They don't have the same salsa company now, but that's how I met them. And then actually Tanya Tucker lent me her limo for my first showcase in Nashville. So I thought it was pretty cool. But no, Pauline, my mom came over one day, and it was a time that, I was thinking about Pauline. I was down. I had just, finished my last year at Double J Music, which was the publishing company I wrote with. And my mom's a writer, and she came in, and I was working on this song. She goes, I want to write this with you, and she wrote it with me. My mom's been a writer for many, many years, and that's how I grew up listening to her and how she would write, and it influenced me, But we put together this song, and I hope you guys like it. I've been getting a lot of response from it lately, and it's Christmas time, and it's just it's a well thought song,
Okay, well, I didn't hear the song. It is a really good song, Patrick, and I just thought I'd let you know that. And I know all y'all are gonna love this song too. So we'll be playing that in just a second. But before we get into that, Patrick, thank you so much for being on the show today. We thank you for being on. Anytime you have something new to plug, give me a holler and we'll have you back on sometime.
Oh, that will be awesome, Paul. I really appreciate you having me on. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Well, I appreciate that. And let's go right to the song Christmas Without Holly by Patrick Campbell. It begins right now.
Lights are up, snow's falling down. Nobody's around, the kids are sleeping. Better not cry for goodness sake, but I don't think I can make it through the evening. I think of her as I wrap these gifts. I could never do it like she did. and that angel on the tree is almost falling. It just ain't Christmas without holly. But the silver bells keep ringing like trumpets in my ears. Outside there's carolers singing songs my heart can't bear to hear. So I get on my knees to Jesus, pray for it all to disappear. It's me, Dad, the kids, and Uncle Bobby. It just ain't Christmas without holly. Now everyone's awake, I couldn't sleep. Hear the rumble of little feet running for the presents. Tommy tried out his bike, Becky danced with her dog. I wonder if Holly could see it all from heaven. Watching ribbons, cards, and paper fly, eyes wide open, looking so surprised to think last night Becky cried for Mommy. Just ain't Christmas without holly. But the silver bells keep ringing like trumpets in my ears. Outside there's carolers singing songs my heart can't bear to hear. So I get on my knees to Jesus, pray for it all to disappear. It's me, Dad, the kids, and Uncle Bobby. But it just ain't Christmas without holly.